everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. I'm so happy to be here with you. Thanks for being here. And if you are not a subscriber of my channel, please hit that button because you're going to miss out on great content. This is Halloween week #1 and day #2, and we have some really fun projects. So today we're making this awesome little treat box, and it holds Sour Punch stick candies. I fit 3 of them in here, and I chose 3 different colors. They're individually wrapped, and kids love these. So they're awesome to put in this adorable little treat box. They're also great for adults. You could put a couple miniature chocolate bars in here. You could also do Twizzlers, like those come in small packs at Halloween time. So lots of stuff you can put in here. It doesn't have to be the Sour Punch candies. So anything that is about that long, you can put Kit Kat in there. So many different things. So this stamp set we're using is Scary Cute, and I absolutely think it is the cutest. I'm going to be using this image today of the little Halloweeners here, and we are using this saying that says "Say Boo and Scary On," which I think is super cute. We are going to be using the bats out of the matching dies. I highly recommend this die set. It's amazing. Scary Silhouettes is the name of it. It has a black cat. It has these awesome creepy trees. You have a cool label. You have a haunted house. You have large bats, a moon. I mean, there's so much to choose from. And I have paired it with something that you might not have put with it. This is a Christmas set of embossing folders. You get 2 in the package. So you get this scene here, which is the town, and then you get the mountains. And we are going to be using that today because we are going to be embossing that little town in the background of these kids and then highlighting it. I just wanted to give a little bit of texture to this project, and I'm going to hold it up so that you guys can see in the background. Here is the house, and they're just walking along the sidewalk or the street, and I have used a blending brush and the same color ink as the paper to just highlight that town. If I hold it right, there's a lot of lights in here, so sometimes it's hard to see things. Let me flip you to the back. There is one of the houses. So pretty cool, right? And then here's the road. We have our little trick-or-treaters on it. So we're going to use that today. And I'm going to show you how to make this very easy treat box. So let me move this stuff out of the way, and then we can get started. I'm going to move these guys to the corner. We're going to start with a piece of 5.5 by 4 inches. So almost a 1/4 sheet of cardstock, just a little bit shy of a 1/4 sheet of cardstock. And we are going to do some scoring on here. So let me get my Simply scoreboard out. All right, down the long side, which is the 5.5 inch side, we're going to score at 2 inches, at 2.5 inches, at 4.5 inches, and at 5 inches. So 4 score marks. Again, 2 inches, 2.5 inches, 4.5 inches, and 5. And then we're going to turn it, okay, clockwise, 1/4 turn, and we're going to score it at, and counterclockwise, and we're going to score it at 3.5 inches. Okay, so this is what you're left with. You're left with a piece that has a small score mark at the bottom. You have 2 large rectangle panels and a couple skinny ones, and that's all we need. We're going to go ahead and run this through the die cut machine now and impress that cool folder on it. So let me grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I have to use the big one because this piece is bigger than 3.5 inches. Our mini, anything 3.5 inches can fit. So we're going to get the platform, and we're going to get plate number 3, and then we are going to line up. See this little village here in the background? We're going to line up the village in here. We don't need this bottom section because this is the bottom of our box. And so we're going to just line the bottom of our box up, the edge, with this score line right here. So I'm just going to put that score line in there, just like that. All right. And I think we're good now. Close that up. All right, we're going to put this onto plate number 3, put second plate number 3 over the top, and give it a crank through the die cut machine. And when we pull it out, you have this cute little village. All right, there's our charming landscapes. There's 2 plates in there, like I told you earlier. So let's close this guy up, put him away. And then we will get to sponging, because we are going to actually do some sponging. So I'm going to grab a large scrap piece. Gotta find it. Gotta find one. I know I have lots of scrap stuff all over my desk. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna bring our little village, and we're gonna get the basic gray. We're gonna ink that up. We're gonna start off, and then we're just gonna start highlighting this cute little town so that it will really pop. I think it's so cute. Onto our, all right, that's good enough, I think. All right, let's get this out. Now we're gonna cut our piece. So we're gonna score along our score line. So I'm gonna grab my bone folder. We're gonna burnish. There's one. There's the second one. And we have another one over here. We have one more over here. And then we have that skinny one along the bottom. Okay, so we have this little square here where this long one meets and this long one. There's actually 2 squares. We need this one, but the one on the end, we don't need that. So I'm gonna trim that one away. This one goes away completely. Okay, goodbye. Along this end, we're just going to trim up to that first long score mark. These are going to be the tabs that go along the bottom. And I like separating on either side of the score mark so that I don't have that thickness in my way. So I'm just going to trim on either side of the score mark and then pull that little thin piece out of here. All right, so that's what we have. Now in this section here, you can use a circle, a die cut circle, or if you have a circle punch, I'm gonna use a 1.5 inch circle punch. So if you have that, that works. So we're just gonna put it in on this part right here, the one closest to the long, and we're just gonna, I'm gonna find my center, and I'm just gonna come down a little bit. And I'm just gonna do a little half circle right here so that the candies will show just like this. Okay, so let's get rid of that 1.5 inch circle, and then that's it. So that's what it looks like. Go ahead and take a screenshot of that. I'll try and get all my junk out of your way so you can grab a screenshot if you want. All right, so now we're gonna glue this together. So this one on the end that we cut that square off the bottom gets the glue. So I'm gonna turn that over. I'm gonna grab my silicone mat and I'm gonna put some wet glue. Whoops, I got excited there, didn't I? Good thing I had the mat out. And I'm gonna put down this piece. Got happy with my glue. All right. So we're going to bring this one to meet it. Okay, so wherever it meets, we're going to go ahead and grab that and press that down. And anything that I put too much glue on, we're going to just wipe that away. Aha, there forms our little holder. Now the bottom. So these are going to get turned in. We're going to do the two sides. I'm going to put my fingers in there, make sure that that piece is glued flat. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue on these two tabs. Not a lot, just something to hold on to. And the front is the last tab that gets pushed in. So we're going to push the back one in first, and we're going to straighten that. I'm actually going to turn it like this, and I'm going to put my bone folder inside. And I'm going to press that one down, okay? And now we're going to turn in, so I'm going to put adhesive on this, and I'm going to turn the front one in, and I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to press inside again to get that to adhere. And now we have a little pouch. Pretty cool, right? I think so. So that is our pouch. So now we're going to put our candies inside. So I have 3 of these sour punch sticks, and they have kind of a long end on all of them. So push them to the top of the other end, and the long end you're going to fold over and press inside. Because we want to see the pretty color of them and not necessarily all that plastic. Okay, so there they are inside. And you can actually fit more in here. And like I said, this is a cute little box. If you want to put pixie sticks, a bunch of pixie sticks, you could make it longer. So it's a pretty easy, versatile box to make. So now we're going to go ahead and decorate it. So I have used this adorable stamp right here, and I have stamped in basic gray ink the little group of trick-or-treaters, and then I fussy cut them out. There's no die for them, but you fussy cut them out. Okay, so they can go here. If you don't want to fussy cut them out, you can stamp them on to a label shape and attach them right on there. Okay, all in one piece. They don't have to be fussy cut out. I just fussy cut them out. So I'm going to be using some mini dimensionals to pop them up and off of my little treat holder here. I'm using the minis because this is just a small little piece, and I just want to make sure that I have a good support on all of them. You can see these ends here, and I use my paper snips and I trim to kind of fill in the spots that may need a little help. So I cut 2 long strips there. I think I cut it, yeah. Had to make sure that I did. So I'm gonna put these in these spots right here where I feel like that foot needs a little support there. Maybe this arm that's sticking out over here. All right. Other than that, I think we're good. I'm gonna take one and cut it in half because this guy's feet are a little bigger than the rest of them, and they may end up bowing. So I'm gonna put those on the feet. All right, so there's one, and there's the other one. All right, now we're done. Let's go ahead and pull the backs off. And I've also stamped Say Boo and Scary on a scrap piece of basic white cardstock. And I have die cut 3 bats out of basic black. If I can bring them out onto the camera here. One more. All right. So that's what we have so far. So I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. I'm going to pull the backs off of these dimensionals, or I'm going to try anyway. And into the trash the backs go because I don't want them on my stamp room floor. And they're really good at liking the stamp room floors. All right, so once those are detached, I'm going to go ahead and put my little trick-or-treaters right here. I'm going to leave a little room at the bottom because I want to put this scary on down there. So there they are. So cute. Now, we're going to go ahead and cut this. I'm going to show you. Doesn't matter if it's crooked or whatever. You're just going to trim. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to separate this scary on from say boo and. So, because it's going to be its own piece. And I'm just trimming that away close to the letters. And I'm just going to go along the bottom. And then, of course, and then this is going to be attached there. I'm going to put that just with wet glue. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll work on the say, boo, and those are going to be separate. I just thought it would add some interest to be able to have the bats kind of flying around between them. So that's why I didn't leave it together like I did here. Plus, I really wanted you to be able to see the houses. And if I glued that across, you'd miss them. So that's why I separated them. So we're going to do each one of these words separate. So I'm going to start with the word say. And I'm going to trim that away first. Trim a little closer at the bottom. All right. So that's going to go right there. And then I'm going to do the and next here. And then we're going to trim that a little closer. There we go. And then that's going to go over here somewhere. And then let's do boo. This is such a cute little stamp set. I think it's perfect for Halloween, and I love the dies. It's a great die set. All right, so let's glue those on, and the bats. Let me get rid of all of this scrap if I can. If I can grab it all. I did make quite a little paper mess, didn't I? All right, the trash can. Okay, let's flip our bats, because you know that die cuts have a right side and a wrong side. I'm flipping them with the wrong side up so that I can glue them down. All right, there's the bats. And let's do the words. Say, boo, and. All right. As you can see, I'm going to be using my tweezers, so those are still out. If you guys don't have reverse action tweezers, get yourself a pair. They're awesome. Stampin' Up! Has them in a kit in the mini catalog, and they're very cool because they come with this tray for heat embossing, so you can get those in addition to the heat embossing tray. All right, we're going to start with the word say. We're going to put that one up here. It helps having that candy in there to be able to press on this paper. Okay, there's that one. Let's do boo. Put it right here. And then the word and will come over here. And then we'll put our little bats on there. Then we'll do our embellishments, which I am using the classic matte dots today. I have to have these bats flying all over the city, right? Because it is Halloween. And bats love Halloween because it's their time, right? One more. Let's put this one up above, kind of in this direction. All right. So there are our bats and our words. Let's get the classic matte dots. We're going to use the small ones since I've used up all the big ones. So the small ones are what I have. So that's what we'll use. So we're going to do 1, 2, just interspersed wherever you feel like they look good. I'm going to put that one right there. And I like to do threes. There's something about threes. They just look good. That's why I did the bats and threes also. And actually in the die, let me show it to you, you do get 3 of the small bats, so they're really easy. You can cut them all at the same time, one pass through the machine. And they give you 2 of the large and 1 medium, so that's nice. I will be using this die set often this week, so keep coming back so that you can see new projects using it, because it's a very versatile set. So I hope that you enjoyed watching me make this really cool Sour Punch stick candy 3-pack treat box, whatever you want to call it. We also used these charming landscape embossing folders, which are adorable as well. Don't miss out on those. So I hope that you enjoyed being here with me. Thanks, I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Like I said, I will have Halloween content, lots and lots of it, so you don't want to miss out. And I am grateful to have you on my channel. If you don't mind sharing these projects, even if you just share them to your Pinterest, it will help my channel grow. You can make a board for projects that you would like to make, and you can throw my videos on there. That way it's easier to find them than sifting through all the content that I have. I greatly appreciate you guys being here. Thanks again. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!